We have Mr. Larry Pratt here every year. Great guy. Thank you so much for coming out and visiting us again, Mr. Pratt. And thank you for what you do. As soon as this is over, I'm going to be back on the phone asking him to be here again next year because the need is there. And Dan just drove up. Dan did? Okay. I'd like to get to an important part of this. And I got to apologize to my speakers. My agenda keeps getting shuffled around here. But I would like to bring back into focus the Flag Day aspect of the celebration. And for that, I'm going to lean on one of my friends who's a Toastmaster and a local historian who early on, many years ago, enticed and encouraged me to not be bashful. Gave me some tips on speaking and things like that, and essentially he created a monster. And here I am. But I'd like to bring up another friend of mine, local here to Massachusetts, one of those activists that is just not going to give up and will always be there, and will probably be hardwired into the schedule every year. And that's my good friend, Mr. Tricorn Tom Moor.
Larry Pratt, my goodness, I get to take him from the airport. I get an hour with Larry every year. This is unbelievable. Tough act to follow. It is Flag Day, so it's interesting. So how many people remember when I talked about last year? So looking at that flag there, what is the blue part of the flag with the stars called? Anybody remember that? The Union, absolutely, absolutely. So everybody else is going to talk about the 1,000 ways our liberties are being attacked. Our Union is also being attacked. Our Union is always attacked one way and only one way, and that's divide and conquer. George Washington, in his farewell speech, said we should think of ourselves first and foremost as Americans. And every attack on our Union seems to be attached to George Soros, tearing down our history, tearing down statues, right? I'm just waiting in Boston for them to come after George Washington's statue, a beautiful statue on Boston Common. I'm going to have to stand in the way of that when they throw the water balloons that don't have water in it. Very unpleasant, but that's how they roll these days. What else about our Union? So all of the marches now are very divisive with the kids and March for Our Lives. Wow, they really kind of twisted around, right? The March for Life, the March for Our Lives. And that doesn't remind me of 1776. Everybody knows about the new nasty gun law where you're an ex-girlfriend, an ex-roommate, any family member. I've got a few family members that think you shouldn't own a gun can now go to the cops and they'll come and take it away, right?
That's it.
Did everybody call Charlie Baker on that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So Charlie Baker is the last line of defense. I don't think that the guys on Beacon Hill, I don't think that they're tyrants. That's really giving them too much credit. To be a tyrant, you have to have a little bit of backbone. I think they're all a bunch of spineless jellyfish. And if you want to see a bunch of spineless jellyfish, don't go to the New England Aquarium. Go to see our State House. I mean, they all voted for it. No amendments, no nothing. In the Senate, they didn't even have backbone. Only one senator could call for a roll call vote. Didn't even have one. That was passed through. We don't even know how the Senate voted. There was no roll call. And now Charlie can from what I understand, he doesn't even have to sign it. If he just doesn't veto it, after 10 days, which will be, I think, Thursday of this week, it will pass into law. So everybody give him a call. Read him the Riot Act. Yeah, they don't. I just leave angry messages. I've left 3 so far. You're right. I probably ought to go down there. I go down there even when it's just me and knock on the door. They tend to remember the hat. So this doesn't remind me, this whole gun grab thing that's happened with the Florida school. What's the name of that school? The Parkland. The lady that it's named after. Yeah, Marjorie Stoneman. So The interesting thing about that is it doesn't remind me of 1776, it reminds me of 1692. What happened in 1692 here in Massachusetts?
Like a witch hunt.
In Salem.
A witch hunt.
A witch hunt, right. There was a hysteria. The kids went nuts and they said, oh, he's a witch, he's a witch, he's a witch. And today it's like, he's the gun owner, he's a gun owner, he's a gun owner. It's a hysteria. But the problem in Salem was kids can be whipped up into a hysteria, but you rely on the magistrates and the lawmakers to put their foot down and say, wait a minute, this is totally bogus. But apparently it's 1692 all over again on Beacon Hill. They just went right along with the wave. And now it's up to Charlie. So, but Charlie can veto it. If he doesn't, he's really responsible for what happens. My good friend Walter Reddy is walking around here. Walter, are you still here? Yeah, so Walter, if you haven't met him, he's a national treasure. He was labeled as a terrorist by Southern Poverty Law Center, and he experienced the horror of gun confiscation. And they didn't send the local police, they sent a SWAT team, and Homeland Security, FBI Homeland Security mixed together. Thank God his local police chief knew who he was and said, if you're going to arrest Walter, you have to do it by day and I'm going to be there. So they show up, they didn't even arrest him, they just took your guns, they tied him up, right? And then one of the Homeland guys walks by and said, oh, we're not gonna have any fun today. In other words, they're not gonna get to shoot Walter. If they had come by night, they're gonna shoot him. This bill is very, very destabilizing. It's going to set lawful gun owners against the police, who are our natural allies. Those of us that try to advocate for the Second Amendment at all times, what's going to happen now? Now we got to worry if we're advocating if that person's going to drop a dime on us. This is just really, really horrible, and I hope that the governor at least will step forward and veto it. So back to our flag. So our flag, our anthem, another way they're trying to divide us with the kneeling, but the NFL, they took a 20% haircut and they said, maybe because of the almighty dollar, we better not kneel anymore for that.
You know it.
So anyway, I teach at Camp Constitution, campconstitution.net. Hal Sherliff, the director, is here. Some of our campers, and Jordan Page is a great singer. The kids, for whatever reason, there's one song that they love for me to sing more than any other, and I hope we can all sing it together. And back during the bicentennial, actually, General Mills put out a series of very patriotic songs teaching about the Constitution and our government. And so this one is called the Preamble Song. If you know the preamble, you can sing along.
Hate when that happens.
I'm told our founding fathers did agree. Write a list of principles for keeping people free. USA was just starting out, it was a bold brand new country. So the founders spelled it out, the things that we should be. They called it the Constitution. First part's called the Preamble. It tells what they set out to do. And it goes like this. We the people sing, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to attain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Second time we're really going to raise the roof. 1787, I'm told our founding fathers all sat down, wrote a list of principles that's known the world around. USA was just starting out, it was a bold brand new country. So the founders spelled it out, we want a land of liberty. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, that's us, promote the general welfare and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. United States of America.